All right, so in this video, I am super excited because it has been a while since we have gone and checked Dollar Tree for organization things for the RV, but here's the deal. Because Dollar Tree has the all new Dollar Tree Plus section, I was in here the other night. There's a ton of really cool stuff and I wanted to show you guys. So let's go inside. I'm gonna show you some really cool stuff for RV organization from the Dollar Tree. So at our local Dollar Tree, we're here in the Dollar Tree Plus section. So really what that means is that things are slightly more than $1, but pretty much nothing in this section that I'm seeing so far is over $5. So it's still a really good bargain. And there are some really cool things that I'm loving for organization that I'm gonna show you. Oh, look, real fast though, look. Look at what you like, Ben. Look at these.
Ooh, they're big.
So these are only $3.
Crazy.
And then these have the locking lids. And so like Ben actually uses a bunch of these types of bins because the lids lock, you can see what's in them. We like to put labels on them. So this is like a really good bargain at only $3.
And they stack nice too.
And look, they stack in there on the lids. Really, really good buy. Cheaper than the ones I think you got, babe. So now these are actually like tote bags, but these can also be really good ways to organize larger things. So like blankets or pillows. I actually use some bags like this in the RV to organize those types of things because it keeps it in place, but then it's also dual purpose. So you can use these as reusable grocery bags. There have been a ton of states that we've traveled to that you either have to purchase a bag or they don't even provide bags and you need to bring your own. So this is like a really great option that's dual purpose. So here's another great option for organizing. So these bins are only $5, but these are nice and super sturdy. This would be great like in cupboard areas or cabinet areas, things like that. Especially I think about like your longer, taller bottles like vinegars or olive oils or things like that. And at only $5, it's like a really good buy. Here's another great find in the Dollar Tree Plus section. So these storage cubes are only $3. I'm actually using a couple of these types of cubes right now in the RV for lots of different organizational things. One of the great things with this too is if you have one of those cube storage shelf systems, you can use this for like clothes, blankets. I actually am using one of them in like an area that we have food storage in right now. And then these ones for only $5. This is another really good find, but this also would go well like maybe in a cupboard area. Anytime that you can use bins because things do shift when you're driving your RV, definitely your friend. And I like the colors. And then, oh my gosh, look at this. We just talked about the bins with the lids. My favorite place in Ikea, and that is bins, and more bins.
The bins.
Clear bins. Here we have all sorts of organizational bins. Gotta love the bins. There is a whole section here. So $3, $5, price varies, but this is a lot of options for really any size. And a lot of these have lids that you can pair with them. So you can stack them. They're still somewhat opaque. You can see exactly what you have in them, which is super, super helpful. And you can really just measure your space and then come here and figure out what's gonna work, kind of Tetris things together. But what I like is that even though that these are like, say $5 or not $1, it's a lot better quality than maybe what you would have at Dollar Tree in the past. And then like, look at these are nice. And these are a lot more sturdy types of bins as well. In fact, I think I might pick up a couple of these because I've got something in mind that would work really well for this. So I think we might get a couple of these, but I'm gonna get them in this size here. All right, we're gonna get one of these. Now I noticed these are only $5, but these are really similar to what we're using in our basement compartment right now for storage, where these will actually stack on each other, but they have an open face. So really easy to just see what you need, jump in and grab it. So especially like in a closet area or like a storage compartment, this is a really good option. So if you had like where I've got this little thing that I put the paper plates and stuff in, because if we eat outside versus eating inside, I like to just carry things around. You could easily use like one of these with the handles to do something really similar. So if you have things that you tend to maybe bring inside and outside, maybe even like things when we cook on the Blackstone, it's like I'm always hauling food or oils out and then bringing them back in. This is a really nice, easy way to just transport things quickly, but then you can still use it for storage and organization back in the RV. It's a really good idea. Now here is an interesting little tidbit is you can actually pick up one of these letter holders and use it a couple of different ways. So one way that we've used this is we'll actually just put a plastic bag inside of it and use it as like a slimline trash can. But another way that you can use these too is to actually store water bottles upright and then in a cabinet. So lots of different uses for these little book bins at the Dollar Tree, and these ones are $1.25. All right, I'm gonna get the blue color one because I like the blue best. But you could always spray paint it too, so if you're just not a fan of the color, some Krylon's your friend. Oh, they have them in white. And black. That's easy. What does that say? You're terrific. It's awesome.
You know that?
Hey, look at this though. They have a whole pegboard section now. So you can get like these little pegboards and pegboard hooks. Like that is actually really cool and a lot of different ways that you could use that. But one thing actually that I need some more of are like clips to put on like bags, like chip clips. But what I found actually works better, in my opinion, are actually like these binder clips. I'm gonna get some of these because we need some more. These different like tile decals, you can use a lot of this for like decorating. And here's the deal is it's very, very lightweight and it's removable. So like doing this like in a kitchen backsplash, ooh, this one's super pretty too. Like if you did this like in even an RV bathroom on the wall, that would look really pretty. Lots of different options. Here's like an actual like stone tile, but they're super lightweight, they're removable. If you decide you don't like it later. I actually really like this. Like I'm halfway tempted to try this like in the bathroom or something. Oh, and there's even, I just found a whole bunch more stuff that's so cool. But one thing I wanted to mention is this is a great place for like kitchen gadgets. So because we have the Glamper Hideaway, we have the RV, we are back and forth between those two locations a lot. So the RV is really like our second home. It's completely stocked. All we add are clothes and food because I keep duplicates of everything in the RV. So campers, even if it's just like for the weekend, it's nice to just add clothes and food and you have a second set of everything you need kitchen-wise in the RV, and you can do it on the cheap this way. For $1.25. All right, so here is a little hack. If you have a Blackstone, because of the way that the Blackstone gas lights up the griddle, especially if it's windy, it can be really hard to be able to keep that thing hot. These are a quick hack that you can stick on the side of your Blackstone. It blocks off the wind and it keeps it so where you can keep cooking really easy, even if it's a windy day at the campground. We're gonna get a couple of these. Another thing that I like to do is I have like what I call RV size things. So like here's an RV size cutting board, things that are like smaller that you want in your RV kitchen, but you don't have a lot of room. So I like where you can get a lot of these things just on a smaller scale. So here is also another little hack is this is a suction cup sponge holder that's in the kitchen section. But actually the way that we have used these is by actually before that we had our internet setup we have now, we found that some of our hotspots would get better reception if they were near a window and they didn't have to go through the metal of the RV to get a signal. So we would suction cup this to the window and set the hotspot right in here and we would get a better signal. So these types of metal baskets, actually, there's a lot of different ways that you can use these, but probably one of my favorite ways is where you actually get a couple of command hooks that you mount onto a wall and then you can hang these off of command hooks. So that's a fun way to use these for organization. And there's obviously like lots of different sizes and depths and colors. Ooh, these black ones, these are kind of nice. I could even see using these like on a counter for like fruit or something like that, just because they look really nice. So organizing the RV means I need to make sure that I'm getting good rest if I'm gonna have the mental energy to just think about where everything needs to go. And early on, we discovered that the mattresses supplied with RVs straight from the manufacturer are definitely not comfortable or conducive to a good night's sleep. That's why we upgraded to an Aurora Luxe Hybrid mattress from rvmattress.com, which is also the sponsor of this video. Now, this change has significantly improved our sleep and rest quality. Plus, we also used rvmattress.com to get new mattresses for our kids' day beds that we recently built. We went with the Dream Foam Essential mattresses for the kids' beds, and they are loving them. RV Mattress carries a wide variety of mattress sizes and dimensions to fit almost any RV bedding needs. Now, their mattresses are delivered compact, rolled, and boxed, which makes them really easy to get in an RV, especially with the convenience of getting them through the narrow RV doors. The shipping from their Arizona factory is both free and fast. And the other thing we love about RV Mattress is their parent company, Brooklyn Bedding, provides a wide array of bedding options for homes and RVs alike. Plus, they offer a 10-year warranty on their mattresses, securing our bedding needs for a very long time. This March, RV Mattress is running a special promotion for our viewers with a 30% discount. Now, this is only valid by using our link in the description below and only valid for this month, so you want to hurry. You can visit rvmattress.com/grateful or click the link in the description below. And a huge thanks to RV Mattress for sponsoring this video and their continued support of our channel. One thing that I will say is there's a lot of people that aren't a fan of plastics. I go back and forth with the plastics, but the one thing about plastics, at least in an RV, is you don't have to worry about glass breaking or anything like that. If things get jarred around on a travel day, if something gets dropped, you're not worried about it breaking. So when it comes to RV stuff, a lot of times I do use plastics just because I don't have to worry about stuff like that, especially for things like a bowl or something like that. Plastic over glass. All right, so here's another section of Dollar Tree that I absolutely love for storage and organization. But over here, we've actually got some more of these storage bins. I'm actually using this exact one in our RV right now to store some things under our dinette bench. But these over-the-door hooks are awesome to be able to do different things like towels or hang wet clothes, hang purses, backpacks, really anything at all. And then this over the cabinet bar is definitely one of my favorites because you can hang this over your kitchen cabinet either inside or outside to hang things like not only dish rags, but cleaning bottles, all sorts of uses for this little jobby right here. So here is another thing that I really like when it comes to RVing, and that are these felt type hangers. This is a lifesaver on a travel day when you want to hang up clothes and you don't want them to fall off the hanger, because these felt hangers will actually keep them on your clothes. Oh, yes, I need another one of these. So this is actually a set, but I love using this right by our RV step to keep the steps cleaned off and just like the little entryway cleaned off. And the one that I have got a little bit destroyed on the last camping trip, so I'm gonna get another one of these. Super handy. So the last trip that we were out, I actually had one of my cooking pans, had a bunch of food stuck on it, and I had used baking soda. I had tried all of the tricks and I couldn't quite get it clean enough. So I actually had Ben bring in some steel wool, but I was like, that's probably not the best thing. So look at this. This is, I think, exactly what I needed. So I'm gonna grab some of these because I just find that when I am cooking in the RV for whatever reason, I'm not getting my dishes as clean as when I could put them in a dishwasher, I feel. So this is gonna help. So this is actually probably one of my favorite things at the Dollar Tree because you can use this for so many different things. So we have several of these in the RV. Highly recommend picking up several even. Oh, and then here's another thing just thought of. So you can actually take this and pull these out like this, and then take your spray bottle and you can hang your spray bottles like this too. So this is another great way. You can mount this like underneath of a cupboard or whatever, but use this to store things. And then look at that. I know, just like genius. Your mind's blown right now, isn't it? All right, so here is actually a little thing that we've actually used. So these suction cup hooks work great. They actually do hold really well. And I've used these like on the outside of the RV to hang like wet towels when coming back from the spring or the pool, things like that. They have a whole bunch of like your command hooks here in this particular automotive section as well. And then take a look at this. This is something that is new, but they have what they're calling space tape. It's basically the same thing as the nano tape that I love to be able to mount things in the RV. So I'm gonna grab a couple more of these, but also I wanted to show you this. Now, this, they're just saying hardware storage case. You could use this for a lot of things, but what we actually use this for in the RV is we use this to store all of our batteries. Really cool little just battery storage for only $1.25. All right, so here is like, literally I get excited about this hack because this is one of my favorite hacks, but these are actually rugs, or at least what they call rugs, but I'm gonna show you a DIY with this for RV storage and organization that you're gonna love just a little later in the video, but we're gonna get one of these because you might as well. Okay, so with these Dollar Tree rugs, we are actually going to DIY like a soft-sided storage bin. So first thing first, obviously, I'm gonna pull the tags off. These rip off pretty easily. So what you want to do is use either a hot glue gun, fabric glue, or some people have actually said that they would just use a sewing machine and stitch it themselves. And if that's you, more power to you, but that's not me. So we're just gonna go for the hot glue job. So basically what you wanna do is you wanna go ahead and you're gonna fold it in half, and then we're gonna glue down the sides. But there's something that's really important that you need to know here. So I'm gonna just start with this one on this side here, and we're gonna put some hot glue down this side. But here's the important part that you need to know is that you don't wanna take it all the way down. You wanna bring it almost about 3/4 of the way down because we need to do the bottom part a little bit differently to actually be able to make this stand up. Do this side, the other side, and then I'm gonna show you the super important thing about this bottom part here. So the next step is actually to take this part where we did not glue, and what we're going to do is we're gonna put some glue in here, but we're gonna make this like in the shape of like the letter T. So we wanna glue it not flat like this, but flat like this. And then we're gonna hold that down so it looks kind of like the letter T. All right, so now that we've glued our edges and our sides, we're basically just going to then flip it inside out, or actually I should probably say right side out. So you can see where we did the very bottom part of this. That's actually gonna help this stand up into an actual basket. And then obviously when we put things in there, it'll give it a lot more shape too. So I use this for a lot of different things around the RV, but one thing that I have used them for most recently, I will show you, is to actually do things like this and cover pots and pans. So I actually have a couple in here that I've done already, but this helps to keep things less noisy on travel days too. I wonder how well these work. So these types of, but it's a bait. It's not a trap. I said flashlight.
Tried and hand out all the borax.
I'm shedding. Shedding.
Getting stuck in your hair.
Yeah, right. Ugh. Like actual fly tape is if you have like an actual barn. Oh my gosh. Don't let the kids know you got this.